Hi, I'm Bridget, and you are more likely to know me as the Math Giraffe. I am so excited and super passionate about this Doodle Note Club idea, and it came from, I was really fascinated over the past year with all this new research of doodling, coloring, and getting the students involved in some sketching in class while they're listening and learning. I came across a study where they had a group of people listening to a really long, boring phone conversation about an old lady who was inviting a bunch of people over for a party and all the things she was going to serve. And one group had paper and pens out and they could doodle while they listened, and the other group didn't. And the group that was doodling while they listened to the long conversation remembered so much more about what the lady said, every little detail, just because their brains were activated. It turns out that doodling takes just enough focus that it keeps your brain engaged in what you're learning, but not enough to distract you. And so I had already been using color in math class in different ways where the students could use it in a meaningful way to remember things. But then I thought, what if I could get them sketching and doodling as well, integrated right into the lesson? And even a few days ago, my little brother was telling me how he sketches during lectures, and totally unrelated pictures. He'll sketch a person and a face. He's really good at doodling and drawing. And then he can remember everything from the lecture, even if he doesn't even take it in a note format. And we've all seen that as teachers. There's that one student who you think isn't engaged, isn't paying any attention, but they're doodling away. And you think you're going to catch them and you say, hey, do you even know what I just said? And they can recite it exactly back to you, just what you said. So I decided to start making some doodle note pages where the layout's really visual. It has a few benefits. First of all, if it looks beautiful, the kids are so excited to get it. They're so proud to make it their own. And then they reference it as a study guide later or finish it up and keep working on it and really highlight those vocabulary words. But also, while they're learning during your lesson, they're sketching and it makes visual connections in their brain. So there's maximizing the focus, you're getting extra learning and retention. They really remember the material so much better when they have those visual cues. And they remember, oh yeah, I was writing that in that shape and I remember that word. And they're so engaged with the material. The way the left and the right brain work together is so important for learning. A lot of our subjects are mainly left brain, but if we can insert just a touch of right brain activity into those lessons, we get both sides of the brain activated together. The two sides of the brain are separated by the corpus callosum. It's a fiber bridge between the hemispheres. And when both of those hemispheres of the brain are involved in working together, they communicate across this corpus callosum. And this leads to far better success in learning. Doodle notes are the perfect way to do this. We can maximize all these benefits. They're so fun for the students to use, and they're fun to make. So after trying these doodle notes, the kids want one every single day because they've seen the results and they love it and it's fun too. The teachers want one for every single lesson because they've seen how the kids can retain the information better. They love seeing them so happy. The students are choosing it as their most amazing piece of work that they're really proud of. They reference it as a study guide and they want to keep it in their folder forever and show it off to the world. But also they have visual connections from the pages of what they did. So it's hard to find them for every single lesson, obviously, and I've only been able to make them for math so far, which already takes quite a bit of time. But as I work on these, I become more efficient. I've learned a lot of visual tips and tricks, and we're teachers, not graphic designers, so it's hard for us sometimes to make it look that good. So I've put together a little bit of training for you, and what I want to offer in the Doodle Note Club is a chance for you to learn how to make your own Doodle Note pages for your upcoming lesson for your students in your class in just 10 minutes. That's my goal for you. So I'm going to teach you all the tips and tricks of how to work with graphics, how to work with the fonts, how to arrange a page layout that's customized to whatever your lesson content is in whatever subject or course you're teaching for your material for the next day. But even better than that, as we learn and grow together, I've also created a sharing zone where each of you, as you work through and improve your doodle note skills, can share them with one another. This way, maybe you'll get lucky enough that you find exactly what you need in the share zone that someone else created last week. You can use that page and boom, less than 1 minute. If you can't find that, you can use the templates I've provided for you and make your own page in just 5 minutes. And if you really want to go the extra mile, I'm going to teach you how to customize your own page from scratch quickly and efficiently to make a beautiful doodle note page all by yourself.
I am so excited for you and your students to try this out. These are so fun to make for you, and then the reaction and the impact on your students makes them even more awesome. Let me show you around and give you a little peek at everything that the Doodle Note Club has to offer. In the learning zone, you're going to get full video training, units in which you'll learn how to plan a layout, creative ways to work with text, image tips and tricks, how to develop your own visual memory triggers, integrating text and images, and how to make your process a lot more quick and efficient as you work on these. In the resource zone, you can grab a page planning guide, templates, and image elements that you can insert right onto your own custom pages. Banners for the text, flowchart items, accent elements, and places where the students can add their input. In the sharing zone, you can upload the pages you've created so the whole group can use them in all of our classrooms. And you can download pages that other members have already spent the time creating. Save yourself the effort and bulk up your Doodle Note library.
So really, the Doodle Note Club is part professional development, part creative hobby, and part sharing zone where a passionate community of educators collaborates with shared resources that are brain-based strategies for students to learn.
Join up with us today. We would love to have you. Thanks so much.